people look at leverage consulting as a glorified course. It's not a course. It's actually more work on your end, right? Because you need to hold hands with your customers even more so than when you were doing it for them, because you would only hold your own hand. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be responsible 100% with the actions. I don't like that dynamic. So I'm cool with holding people's hands, right? I'm cool with that, right? Because I think I'm pretty charismatic when it comes to conveying a good message, and people tend to listen. When I talk, I'm talking about my clients. So I want to do it at scale, right? And it also comes from the fact that we have amazing case studies, right? And so it's like that feeling, that urge to like deliver it to more people. Yeah. Right. And I think a lot of people are getting burned left, right, and center by amateurs, and the market is screwed in that sense, right? Where people lost like trust in platforms and service providers and all of this thing, right? So if you can spin, or if we can spin something new, fresh, that actually delivers value on the back end, right? It's like you're coming into a protocol. Like, it's not a course, a video course where you're going to watch me ramble. Like, it's tactical. We're going to sit, support calls, implementation for you. My team is highly trained, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's there's a good amount of competitive advantage on that front, right? If you're only selling a course, like, be prepared to create a new one every 6 months, right? Because you need to be able to convey what's good with ads, what's good with organic. Organic changes so much. Like, it's like with TikTok right now, like every week there's a new strategy. So you need to keep up with it. So there's no way you can do that with a course, right? You need to be like implementing in the trenches every single week, right? And again, going back to data, like you know at real time or in real time what's going on with the market, because you're serving more people. And that's what interests me. It's like the scale of it, right? I want to be knowing of trends before when they're happening, not when someone tells me on their YouTube video, hey, you should do like 4 steps to, you know what I mean? I know. And if you can leverage trends when you see them, and you only see them at scale, you don't see them at the micro level, then you're really good, because you can pivot your offer faster. Right. So it's like, okay, let's say you start an MVP kind of program where it's like you onboard 20, 30 people. It starts well, you onboard 100 people, and then you start seeing the shift in the industry, and then you pivot. And the way you pivot, the speed at which you pivot gives you that competitive advantage. Right. And then you're the one telling people, hey, there's this trend. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
So that's what interests me.
100%.
It's gonna be hard. Like, I'm not kidding myself. Like, it's not like sometimes people say, oh, I'm gonna switch from the agency model, and it's a coping mechanism because they're not succeeding here. They want something easier maybe, or the grass is greener, like we say. That's not it for us. It's really just a change in the way we want to do things.
No, I think it's like, if you have built something great, like, get it to as many people as possible. Like, go big, go so big that it's like. And also, it's like, when you're small, man, it's like you're doing a disservice to people.
100%. There's also another element which we can discuss is when you do things, let's say you're making 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, 40 grand a month, you're only serving yourself. Like, if you want to take care of your, I don't know, partner, sister, father, mother, like it adds up pretty quick.
It takes a lot of money.
It takes a lot. So being someone that wants to take care of as many people as I can, starting with obviously inner circle, and then my team, obviously, super big on my team. Love them. If they're watching this, love you guys. But it adds up pretty fast, man. Right. So it's either you settle down, you're like, okay, I'm just going to help at my current rhythm. Can't help everyone. Just going to help like, okay, you. That's it. And then you like just stay on the side, or you're like, okay, let's go big and let's create some impact, right? And that's what I want to do. Not necessarily people, right? Like, even we're talking about clients, we're talking about strangers that see your content and get inspired. Like, that's something it's
the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. For me, it's like, now we're starting to do numbers where I can, like, where my team is making money, where I'm like, oh shit, bro, like, you're making a bit too much money. You know what I mean? But it's like you can't. It creates a bond, man. It creates something that you can't really. It's because I've been into big companies, and when it gets big, it's more like people are just like tools, But like, I think when you start making, multiple seven figures, it's still kind of like small, because at least in our niche and industry, it's you don't need a big team to make a lot of money, right? So for me, one of the greatest things is like when I see people who really dedicate, to their craft in the business, helping clients, building things, getting clients in the company, and they're earning great money, and I'm like, bro, this is so fucking sick, because it's like, they become like an extended part of you, where it's like, now your dreams are making their dreams come true. So it's like, whoa, this is so great,
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, yeah, man, I stopped chasing money for myself a long time ago. And I think it's the thing that allows you to sacrifice your current success. Because if you're just doing it for yourself, then there's no point in doing a lot more work to make an extra 10 grand per month.
It won't help you.
Because at some point you hit a point in revenue where you're making enough where you can get everything you've ever wanted. So like extra work is not actually worth it if your mind and goals is to take care of your own self and maybe your girl. But if you want to like get, so there's, for me, I have this thing where I say that there is fuck you money, but then there is fuck the world money. You got to get to the fuck the world money. Because it's like, because that's when you can really like inspire a lot of people, and pay a lot of people, and take care of a lot of people. Yeah. And man, it's so different when like when I travel and I meet people who like know me, and I'm like, bro, this is so sick. It's something that you can't, like, no amount of money can replace the feeling of having someone who tells you like, hey man, like, this thing has helped me out, and now I'm living, now I'm on path to more, and it's not just about money. It's more about, like you said, impact. So
100%. Impact is a broad word. Like it's like thrown out there every single podcast or every single video, right? But it's true in its essence. Like I would challenge anyone that's making decent amount of money, but it's like not a lot, right? Mm-hmm. To book your parents' 1 week trip, right? All expenses paid, right? And see what that does to you, right? If you're in the good state of mind, it'll change you, right? Try, I don't know, financing a school, right? Try doing things that aren't about you, right? Try not simping for your favorite guru's watch, right? And try to actually help other people. And you'll see that money becomes, I don't know, like pixels on screens, right? And it's like, what can I do with it, right? And how can I get more of it to allocate to all of these problems that I'm seeing, all of these people that I can help, et cetera, et cetera. So it becomes bigger, right? Yeah. Whereas I think when we started, it was like, let's get to 10K a month, lifestyle business, get me this Rolex, get me this watch, get me this, car, whatever works for you. Yeah. And it's me, right? And it's a dynamic that I think destroys your mindset, because even with your clients, you lose this empathy. Like they become just a MRR booster. Exactly. Right. And that's the road. And I'm speaking from experience, by the way. Like I'm not making this up, right? Like I went through this. Yeah. Right. So it was me, seeing clients as just, we need to sign as many clients as possible just to get to that financial goal that goal that I had. Yeah. But it's not good, man. It's not good. And it's like a brake. You're operating with the brakes, right? It's crazy. If you can kind of get out of your head and see the world for what it is, and accept that, if you want, by the way, it's not for everyone. But if you want to make a lot of impact, just stop chasing baby money. You need to make a lot.